Are we live? Are we broadcasting now? So I am Yeswally1, and this is Spyro Enter the Dragonfly 100%. I'll be playing on a Nintendo GameCube, and let's just get this going. So, if everybody is ready, in 3, 2, 1, go. And welcome to Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, aka the one that a lot of people very much dislike. But that's why I like this one, is because nobody else does. It also means 3 world records. So over the 100% speedrun, I'm going to be grabbing 7,000 gems, 90 dragonflies, and on my way I'll also be collecting up a few special items called runes. I'll explain what they do when it becomes a little bit more relevant. However, I'll be beginning this run with a sort of marathon safety strat, where I will actually be doing the 80% speedrun. And already the first little bit of tech is how I'm going to be skipping all texts. In this game, if you know like Spyro 2 and 3, and you know how to skip the text really fast in those games, it's X and start on the PlayStation controller. In this game, it's X and triangle for PS2 or A and Y on GameCube. And yeah, we're now in a final boss. We're in the first phase of this final boss. This is actually slower for the speedrun. If you're doing this ultimately, you wouldn't actually do this. The only reason why I'm doing this is to grab a ability called Sparks Finder. What this will do will allow me to have Sparks point at a missing gem if I do miss a gem. Hopefully I don't, because missing gems in this game is kind of terrible and sad, and I'd rather not want to look for just a loose 1 gem in a corner. So the first phase of Ripto, this like first fight, it's just a flame phase. He has an ice shield, you hit the ice shield a whole bunch of times. That then dwindles down, you hit him 3 times, and that's the first phase of Ripto done. And that's all that there will be on that fight until we get 100%, where we will fight him properly. And we don't need to look at credits, they aren't important yet. So one thing that people are probably likely to remember about this game, if they've, well, especially if they've played the PlayStation 2 version, is its loading times. If you played the PlayStation 2 version, loading times can reach upwards of like a minute. And because of that, it made their experiences quite a lot worse. However, if you play it on GameCube, the loading screens are actually not that bad. Especially if you don't play with memory card, but then you can like risk maybe crashing in your casual gameplay. And at the start of the after I defeated Ripto, I was put straight back to the start of the hub world, which is called the Dragon Kingdom, and I immediately used another breath type other than flame called Bubble Breath. I got the Bubble Breath from that first rune after talking to Bianca, who we will not be seeing ever again in this speedrun. The runes are spread around the first level, which is this one, Dragonfly Dojo, the technically third level, which is second in this route, the WoW Island, and the 4th level, third in this route, Cloud 9. 3 of them are for different breaths. We already got the Bubble Breath, which is used to capture the dragonflies which are roaming around, as well as be an overall nuisance because Bubble Breath is generally inconsistent in most cases. In this level, I will be picking up the rune for the breath type Electric, and as soon as I have Electric, that will be what I will be using pretty much non-stop. It's the most consistent breath type, it's got the biggest spread, it's also very, very, very useful in a lot of just unique circumstances. So another reason why this game sort of is a bit disliked is also due to its choppy frame rate. This game was supposed to have a 2-year development cycle, however it got rushed by Universal about 8 months into actual development. And because of that, sort of optimizations weren't really made on the game, so certain areas will lag quite heavily. And we can actually use lag to our advantage in quite a few different ways, and you'll be seeing those in a few levels later down the line. And the lag is actually more apparent on the PS2 version. The PS2 version actually runs a slightly less, well, at a less average frame rate than the GameCube, and generally won't ever reach like 60. Meanwhile, GameCube can reach upwards of 60. However, for the most part, it's going to be running at less than or equal to 30, because this game has a variable frame rate. I should also add that during this level I'm also freeing up dragons who are entrapped in ice. They will be opening gates and generally giving Spyro wisdom and knowledge and what the elderly would say. I don't really care what they have to say, I'm just wanting them to unlock doors using their magic and getting progression like that. Another thing that I just quickly used there to get up to this kite is a sort of form of double jump. If you saw the Spyro 2 run on the stream 2, they were doing it by doing a neutral jump charge. In this game, it's a neutral jump into a very quick glide into a very quick hover. And with how this game deals with hovers, it will give you the max height from a hover no matter what sort of distance you've went through in glide. And during loading screens, feel free to take away with some donations.
Oh yes, we've got $10 from Cody DW12 saying, why would anyone play this game casually, let alone run it 100%? Wally, I guess? And we've got another $10 from Galaxy saying, good luck with 100% Wally. Still got it, I can't be there in person, but I'm cheering you on from home. Thank you very, very much for your donations.
Woo. So, we are now in the first minigame area of this run. This looks like a speedway. It is a speedway. Speedways have been relegated from actual levels in like Spyro 1, 2 and 3 to mere mini-games in this video game. These are pretty much like the Spyro 3 speedways, however they lack a third secret sort of Dragonfly challenge where you need to like find Hunter or another side character. A few animation glitches here, by the way. Spyro's just going to endlessly flap his wings, but actually do nothing. But yeah, so all the speedways have a time attack and a race. The time attacks aren't all that intensive, and the races are not all that long, but it's 3 laps of one thing, so we've got plenty of opportunity for some donations during this.
Oh yes, we've got $50 from Anonymous without a comment. Thank you very, very much for that. And we got $5 from Guilherme saying, good to see this run. Keep up the good work. Greetings from Brazil. Could I ask you, Wally, what your flag is? Because I've seen people in the chat wondering about it.
So, I never really paid attention to my SR.com account on YW1S.com, and the flag I've chosen is the British Indian Ocean Territory. I'm actually from Great Britain, I'm living in England. But yeah, so the flag that you'll be seeing on the stream is that of the British Indian Ocean Territory.
Oh, that's a very interesting choice.
It could have been Valhalla, you know. Yeah, so now we're in a race. It's 3 laps and pretty much simple mechanics. There are blue stars and red stars. I have to go through all the rings. The red dots help guide. The blue stars are boosters, and they'll give Spyro a major speed boost for quite a significant amount of time. Red stars, which I will basically be ignoring for the entirety of this run, will grant a rocket. Rockets will home in on the next available opponent in the race, and if it hits, it will slow them down. Another thing you can do is use a breath type on a opponent to slow them down as well, like that. And generally, these races are going to be quite simple, and it's going to be just going around the level, giving a nice little tour. So yeah, this is looking to be maybe 142? High 142? Oh, low 142. Did I just get a double menu? I got a double menu. Amazing. The menu in this is an instant menu. If you've played Spyro 3, you will understand what the instant menu is. After I go into the menu, I can do menuing pretty much instantly. And sometimes it will decide to give me 2 inputs other than 1. So I ended up retrying by accident. Yeah. And that's the first of 16 minigame areas, Banzai Speedway.
Is this a good time to give a shout out to one of our partners?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, nice. We wouldn't be able to hold this event without the Yeti. The Yeti has a special line of ESA merchandise of 3 t-shirts and a pin, where $5 per shirt and $4 per pin go straight to charity, so straight to Alzheimerfonden. And that's why you should definitely check out their awesome ESA selection and other gaming items at www.theyeti.com/ESA. Thank you very much for your support, the Yeti. And we've got a $10 donation from Rue saying, "Let's go, Wally! This run is awesome. Total crowd killer." Well, that's not exactly true. We have some crowd, and we can get a tech guy sit next to the runner if you donate. So donate.
Hey, it's Shellac!
So, that Dragonfly I just caught there, Shellac, I hate him. I hate that Dragonfly. He can lose so much time just because he's very erratic. He can go to a lot of different places. He doesn't exactly have much of a boundary. So I got lucky to get him in like 2 breaths. One thing you'll be seeing me do with quite a lot of these breaths is I'll be doing gliding whilst using the breaths. If you've seen like Spyro 1, 2 or 3 speedruns, you'll see that runners will be doing like flame charges. In this game, flame charges will just simply send your breaths into the ground, just at a 90-degree angle. Also, that was Jet. Jet's useless. He just tells you one line and that's it. And also, the only instance of moneybags, and he wants to scam you for 200 gems, which you will never get back. So thanks, moneybags. Real helpful. hey, talking about flame breath being inconsistent, that basket just decided it didn't want to break.
Hey, it's gone!
And again, using that neutral jump into a very quick glide and hover, just to get the flag a bit earlier. This is the only level that actually has a sort of forced backtrack after you get the ice breath from Cloud 9. But we're speedrunners, we don't want backtracks. We're just going to do that, and we're going to skip the backtracking altogether. More animation stuff, yay! One thing you'll be seeing me do quite a lot in this game as well is pivoting. Generally you want to avoid these in like the original trilogy, however in this game, pivoting is extremely useful for turning. Turning whilst charging, whether you're on land or in water, is extremely sloppy and it takes a very long time. So if I just neutral, which is no inputs on my analog, and just well, no, I go neutral by letting go of charge and then just using my analog, I can angle Spyro to whatever direction I want to go to in an instant. And now tank training. Tanks are slow, and this will basically be a little showcase of what tanks do. They shoot pellets, they shoot missiles, you can raise the turret, you can lower the turret using B and A respectively. You shoot with X and you can aim with Y, but I won't be aiming because aiming is slow. And all I need to do is break 21 dummy targets without dying. And I'll be doing this as quick as I possibly can. So this is probably another good time for a few donations.
Alright, we've got $5 from ABQ Style saying, "Get Wally commentator, this boy deserves some hype no matter what time of day." Yes, you are so right. We are currently accepting $20 donations to make a tech guy, Link Boss, sit next to the runner and possibly commentate. So if you want to make that happen, consider donating. You can make it. You can do it. And by the way, we're super close to $55,555. I like the number 5. So if you want to make me happy and the runner happy, Wally, insanely proud of you, dear audience, dear viewers. I don't know, like make that $5 hype train, $10 hype train, $50. It sounds really good, really good. Do that.
Can we have 55,556 please?
Oh, we're raising the stakes. Nice, I like it.
So yeah, coming up to the end of this, going to be doing quite a few like snipes. All of those tanks are done sort of out of order. You would normally go with the closest one in the middle and then follow that up with hitting the left and right ones and then the one that is covered by all the barricades, but you can just snipe them from afar and they won't target you and shoot at you. And what I was doing quite a lot in there is just baiting the tanks into shooting down their own barriers. Less effort for me. And you can carry on with some donations.
Oh yes, we've got $5 from Anonymous saying, "We are with you in spirit, Mr. Runner." Thank you very much for that. And we would like to thank Twitch for hosting us. And without Twitch, we wouldn't be here, and none of us would be anywhere. I don't know what we would be doing with our lives without Twitch. So thank you very much for support of this event and many other speedrunning events. Thank you.
So some things may have looked a little bit odd here, and things are looking very much odd with that enemy and my animations. So this game can have quite a few issues with loading things. And what will happen there is that There was a
Hey,
red
it's
gem
Cloudy.
on the right side of the little balcony area, which was completely invisible. That enemy also wasn't perfectly loaded in, so his dying animation didn't happen. He also dropped a 2 gem, which I grabbed out of midair whilst it was invisible. And overall, the game can be really weird with how it just deals with loading, and sometimes you can get quite comedic results. More flame breath being inconsistent. And I guess another loading error. Sparks has no animation here. He is completely static. Oh. Yeah, coming up to the last flag here. Oh, kite. I'm happy I didn't actually trigger the baby dragon there. If I did, there was a chance I'd be able to have to re-watch the cutscene do nothing. So, because of that, I'm able to get the Dragonfly as quick as I possibly can, and that is the last Dragonfly. Each level in this game has 10 Dragonflies and a various amount of gems from 600 up to 900. And now this. So this game handles logic in terms of its states really weirdly. If you charge in midair or bonk into something quite high up, there's actually a moment in time where it will reset Spyro's velocity to nothing. And if you're on top of land and you're not too high up or too close to it, the game will just hold you in midair and you'll be able to just run around and charge around and just do all sorts of movement whilst just in the air. And there's just no issues with that at all, and it just makes that area so much more consistent and makes it just flow much more nicely. So now we're back into the Dragon Kingdom and we're handling the electric rune. We won't be using the electric just yet. We've got a quick challenge to do with the flame breath, which will involve defeating some scarecrows. But firstly, we need to learn how to jump for what would be the 4th time in this series. Because you learn how to jump in Spyro 1, you learn how to jump and glide in Spyro 2, you learn how to jump and glide in Spyro 3. So let's make it 4. Learn how to jump and glide in Spyro Into the Dragonfly. It's an easy Dragonfly though, so no complaints from me.
Hey, it's Bubbles.
Now time for the flame challenge. Okay, I promised there's supposed to be dialogue there. There was like 6 dialogues, but I skipped them all. By doing this mashing technique of using the A and Y, you can mash text before it even loads, and you just have dialogue skip just so quickly. It also becomes useful later on in a certain trick, which will be used twice. And it actually saves like 5 minutes over what the world record does. Yeah. Finishing up the flame challenge there, and we are now in a perfect space to go and grab the electric gate.
Hey, it's Jade.
And this will be the first use for electric breath. The first of many.
Hey, it's Kanichi.
So I did a bit of funky movement there. I did some charge jump gliding. That all skipped a whole bunch of Sparks dialogue. It's very convenient there just because of where the electric challenge gate is. And yeah, this is the electric challenge. There's 8 diodes placed around here and around the level Luau Island, which will be where I'll go next. And I need to just get them in the time limit. I'm also grabbing up a whole bunch of gems and clearing up areas. Just because then it's just because it's convenient with the time limit.
Hey,
And
it's
yeah,
Amy.
this is very good. I've got enough time to do a full 1 cycle. Or do I? Because I'm over-optimizing.
Hey,
And then
it's
after
Alex.
this, I'll do a bit more of, a bit more like state manipulation. By not using water correctly. So you can swim in this game, however, by just holding X and jumping into that little bit of the dock, you can actually force Spyro underneath the water plane. And as it was explained in the Spyro 2 run on the second stream, water isn't handled like a volume, it's just handled as a trigger plane. So as long as you go through it, then you'll get swim. But if you don't go through it, or you don't charge through it, you just won't get swim. And because of that, I'm able to do that area so much more conveniently. Because as you will learn in this level, water movement is terrible. But firstly, a few quick donations.
Oh, right. Certainly. We've got $10 from Cyrete E saying, "Hi, Volley. Won't be able to stay for the whole thing, but good luck with the run." And we've got $150 from Ketchup Fan 420 saying, "Thank you, Yeswally1, for holding it down in the early morning. Thank you very, very much for your generosity." And this means that our tech guy, Link Boss, is going to sit next to the runner and possibly commentate. Thank you very much for donating and making it happen.
Alright, you have one job and one job only, Link Boss. You need to translate everything I say.
What, in French?
Go for it.
Ok.
Actually, this will get confusing for me.
C'est un peu... C'est un peu... comment... C'est quoi le mot? C'est un peu déstabilisant pour moi.
So, what we just saw there was the first instance of swimming. And the one major issue with swimming is its control is next to nothing. It's very difficult to control the swimming in this game. Going up and down is a pain, and turning around is also a pain.
Donc là, c'est la première fois qu'on a vu quelque chose qui s'appelle la nage. Et la nage...
Hey, it's Gary.
La nage est un truc très dur dans ce jeu parce qu'en fait on n'a pas accès, on n'a pas beaucoup de contrôle du tout, on n'a pas de contrôle du tout et du coup c'est très dur d'aller par exemple en haut et en bas.
I'm impressed.
Mais je suis impressionné.
You don't need to translate that bit.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks anyway.
Didn't get the pig skip. It's a little bit of fun. You just hit the pig on the way and he doesn't talk to you.
Yeah, on n'a pas eu les images, mais c'est quand même un petit truc fun de toucher au cochon, de frapper le cochon et voilà, c'est bon.
Yeah, this is very much going to show that swimming can be very awkward, especially with the sort of terrain that's underneath the water. I'm also trying to hit these scuba diver enemies in a certain area just so I can collect their gems in midair without them falling onto the ground and just spreading everywhere.
Donc là, ça permet de montrer, cette séquence permet de montrer que comment c'est bizarre de nager sous l'eau et surtout de gérer le terrain qui est sous l'eau. Et il faut voir aussi que j'essaie de toucher les scaphandriers. Et d'essayer de faire en sorte que les gemmes qu'ils laissent tomber tombent dans les bonnes positions. I'm gonna stop doing it in French.
Yeah.
So this was your French restream moment.
So there was an enemy as I was going into that tunnel which I killed, but I just completely ignored the gem of. and that guy's gem has a very high chance of falling through the floor, and if a gem hits a plane that can hurt Spyro or a plane that will kill Spyro, that gem is automatically just homed into Spyro and given to him in his inventory. And with that gem falling through the floor, I didn't need to worry about picking it up in midair, so I was able to just ignore it completely and get it later on.
So we got a new little friend to help to assist for commentary. So it's Princess Pretzel Bottom. So
Amazing name.
I'll try something. I think I can even scan the badge. Let me try that.
We're being infested now.
Hey, it's Socrates.
Okay, so up and coming is going to be a little bit of a skip for a fireball challenge. There is also fireball in this game. Its availability is limited to these gates which have this sort of fireball in the middle of them. However, I'm going to try and skip it by doing a strat here by grabbing this Dragonfly Homer in midair. However, that is kind of finicky. It's also something that relies on the bubble breath being at least somewhat consistent, which it isn't. So I'm actually just going to do it normally, hit these 4 switches, and then these platforms will rise out of the water.
Is this aiming kind of accurate on this game, or?
For the most part, yes. There
Yeah.
are a few areas where it becomes significantly desync, and in those situations I have to aim either off to the side of my target or off to an arbitrary area just so I can at least
it's
have a
Homer.
chance of hitting my target. But generally it's consistent for fireballs. And just a bit more movement as we progress through the level, so take it away.
Okay, we've got $50 from Ildeus111 saying, I never played Spyro despite being a child of the N64 PS1 era. This speedrun makes me want to give it a try. It's getting late here in the States, so I imagine it's very late there. Good luck on the run. Well, it's actually almost 7:30 here, which why there are very few people in the crowd, but donate $20 or more to make another friend of Wally's appear next to him. And by the way, Ildeus, because you donated $50, you can now win a Nintendo Switch with Super Mario Maker 2. So everyone who donates $50 or more can get a chance of winning that amazing bundle. If you want it, keep donating.
I would advise you to try that, because the Nintendo Switch is it's very OP. It's a very good console. And Mario Maker 2 is a very good game.
Can I stand on this? Oh, I can stand on this. Hey, look.
New strat!
Back up.
Yay!
Hey, look, I backed it up. Woo! All's well that ends well. Right. I didn't get all of those gems, so I'll quickly clean up this. There we go.
Well, each time you get one of those dragonflies, there's something that makes me laugh a bit. Is that the sound they make is like the sound Goofy does when he falls in those old Disney cartoons.
Yeah, it's probably one of the more memorable bits of this game in terms of what people liked about it is just the dragonflies. And having Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob, say, hey, it's the dragonfly's name over and over again.
I should say that I didn't recognize the SpongeBob voice, but that's mainly because we don't have the same voice actors. Maybe in French they used the French voice actor for SpongeBob. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
I know that to be clear, sorry, it's 7 a.m. I haven't slept. So to be completely clear with that, I never played a Spyro game in my life. This is something that I kind of know things, but I never played one.
Yeah.
And I should say that this looks a lot like the original Spyro games.
Yeah, this game tries to stay true to like a Spyro formula, especially like the Spyro Freeze formula.
Yeah.
With like the minigame areas and just the whole having dragonflies and gems and.
Does it say does it stay does it stay true to the Spyro
Hey, it's Krishnamurti.
to the Spyro like concept by having neat anti-piracy features?
I'm not aware of any anti-piracy features on this game.
Yeah, it wasn't like Spyro. I don't know if it was Spyro 1 or Spyro 3, but on a Spyro game there was an anti-piracy features, but that gradually made the game more and more unplayable. Like make the game like it was glitches. For example, it was losing saves and losing gems and everything.
That was Spyro 3.
3, yeah.
Spyro 3 just had like the most. It had really severe anti-piracy measures, one of which was if you entered the final boss in that game, it would actually just wipe your saves and you'd be sent back to the first home world. Oh, we've attracted Josh on us.
We got another friend.
So again, more swimming and more proof that swimming is terrible. I will always complain about the swimming, even though later on I'll be doing a strat which makes me voluntarily do more swimming. But it's fast, and I'm a speedrunner, I think.
Hi, by the way.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, your run started at breakfast.
Yeah, I wish I had some breakfast now.
Breakfast is good.
There are two things which I wish I had right now: breakfast and sleep.
It's strange. This is the two things I want to have too.
Because I think I've been awake now for like 20 hours.
Yeah, not 20 hours because like I've adapted my sleep schedule, so I woke up at 2 p.m.
Nice.
But it's like more like for me it's more like 18 hours. But
yeah, like before this, I stayed up like 44 hours, and then I only slept like 3.
yeah. It's ESA. If you come to ESA, guys who are watching, if you are considering coming to ESA, to ESA, consider that you will lose your sleep schedule a lot.
Hey, I didn't have one to begin with.
Yeah, me neither.
Is it donation time?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so we have Josh now joining us during this run. It's because Nintendo donated $50 saying, just wanted to give a shout out to the cleaning crew watching from the audience. Got a vacuum fast. Thank you very much, dear crew of Quality Hotel in Malmö, Sweden. They are doing so much stuff behind the scenes. It's incredible. Thank you so much. And of course, thank you to one of our partners, Malmö City, for making us feel at home. Thank you. And we just hit 54K.
Woo!
Oh, sorry.
The crowd goes wild. So
On our way to $55,556, right, Wally?
yes.
Great.
So annoyingly, I haven't got all the gems, so I won't be able to just warp out of this minigame area, so another loading screen will happen after this. But this is a drums minigame, and it's a Simon minigame. So I'll be playing 2 rounds of memory.
Simon. So you have basically what you have to do is that the game will play a sequence and you have to repeat it.
Yep.
Yeah.
This first part has sequences up to 6 long, and then the second goes up to a 9 long sequence. Well, this is sort of friendly at the moment. The left guy wants all the attention. Ah, he's passed it back. And all of these patterns are completely random. And yeah, you finish the challenge, they all start celebrating and screaming and dancing.
Hey, it's Terrell.
It's all quite festive.
So you say that it's up to 6 or up to 9. So that means the number of actions is different from one to one.
No. Like up to 6 and up to 9 is the sequences will continue.
Yeah,
up until then.
Okay.
So now this one will go up to 9.
Okay.
So we're now at 4. We've got 5 more to go.
The sound.
Yeah. When you do everything at the same time.
Feel free to reenact it.
It's hard to do. It's too hard to do. Reminds me a bit of the noises that Mambo Jumbo does in Banjo-Kazooie.
And there we go.
GG Pog.
We're past the memory part.
Yeah. By the way, this is thanks of not having
Hey, it's
Alzheimer's,
Maverick.
which is a bad disease that we should give money to try to eradicate.
Yeah. All your money will be, well, most of your money will be going to the Swedish Alzheimer's Foundation. They're constantly working to try and reduce the symptoms of Alzheimer's, and they're also trying to reduce the rates of it year by year. We're doing our part by playing the video games. You can do your part by giving money to ESA and other marathons that will help with all of this stuff and help with different charities. And we're just trying to make the world a better place in the end. So, where's Spart's gonna point? Oh, he's pointing over there.
So
Oh, there it is. That's convenient. 900 gems. Level complete. Now I'm going to go straight into the Atlas, and I'm going to immediately warp back to Dragon Realms. It saves a massive trip of going back to the main area.
So, what's with the controller? Will you explain that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is a bootleg controller. It's very cheap, but it's worked. It served me well. The one thing I can't do anything with is the control stick, because if I start messing around with the control stick, it will get stuck, and the control stick controls the camera.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna leave that alone.
Auto camera is good.
Yeah.
But hey, if it works, it works. So.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it has like turbo on it or something, and we were going to start a long conversation about legality and stuff.
Yeah.
Nah,
He's turbo legit
Yeah,
in
no.
speedruns.
it's
It's just cheap.
no turbos.
Show it on the screen, maybe? On the camera?
Yeah, no turbos.
No turbos, totally legit.
Is
Yeah.
the cable taped on?
No, it's just
Oh, it's just coming
away.
out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very precarious. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Everything's fine.
If it works, it's not stupid.
Alright, and now we are in Cloud 9. Cloud 9 is a terrible level. It's one of the worst levels in this game.
Hey, the game is lagging a bit.
Yeah, this level is extremely laggy. Just be thankful we're not playing on PS2. This level goes down to like 5 FPS.
Oh yeah, yeah. The GameCube is something that some people don't know and don't want to realize is that the GameCube is actually twice the power of the PS2.
Yeah. Like, the GameCube version is just so much better. It's got better average frame rate, so much better loads.
Oh yeah.
And also has quite a few exclusive stuff, so it's definitely a nice version of this game. If you've only ever experienced like the PS2 version, I'd recommend trying the GameCube version out because it might give you a different opinion of the game.
To be honest, I would advise doing that on every game that gets PS2 and the GameCube release.
Yeah.
The GameCube version is almost always better. When it's not the Xbox version, that's better in some rare cases.
This level can be quite annoying. There's quite a lot of these pillars, and one thing that is very much not a strong point about this game is how its corners physically act. The corners' physical properties sort of extend way beyond the visual, so you could just end up bonking on nothing.
Yeah, the hitbox are not well made.
Nah.
Yeah, I think it's a common thing on a lot of games.
Yeah. And now we're coming up to another minigame area, the second of 3 speedways.
Yay!
Oh, do we have time for me to explain, to
Yeah.
add something to what you said?
Yeah.
So I would like to remind you, everyone, that all of our donations go straight to Alzheimerfonden, and donations are not the only way to support this charity. Our ESA's revenue from regular subscriptions, Twitch Prime subscriptions, and cheers will go straight to the charity too, so you can help us this way, or you can spread the word and make all of your friends and enemies and kids and cousins and relatives and passerbys and strangers watch ESA. Do that.
So we're now in Rainbow Speedway again. Every speedway has a time attack and a race. There's something to know about this time attack is that it's probably the most recently rerouted thing. I rerouted this a fair few months back now, and I found a route that saved like 10 seconds, so it's definitely now a lot more bearable. This speedway is also extremely laggy because it has clouds.
Yeah, half transparent textures are very laggy on the GameCube. Although, is this Mario Kart 64? Because
The Rainbow Road.
yeah, I'm getting stars and everything.
Not the only Rainbow Road in this level. And yeah, using the electric breath, it has such a wide spread and range that, but not that big, that you can sort of just breathe really early and you'll still hit. Yeah, 122 isn't too great there. 118 is preferable. And this is a name,
Hey, it's
by the way.
Tashi Station.
Tashi Station.
Tashi Station. Shout out to everybody called Tashi Station.
No, but I know where our desk right there is called. It's called the Tech Station. But it's not that far.
And now time for the race. This is 2.5 minutes of
Going through
a
circles.
tour. There's not really much to say about this. It's just like another speedway race. There are blue stars around. They're boosters. They make you go fast. I like them.
I got bad Superman 64 vibe right now. Of going through circles.
In fact, there is something I should note. I'm playing on the PAL version. The NTSC version actually has a exclusive trick in this race, which saves like 40 seconds. you can actually take the effects of the booster star and have it last just forever. And it saves so much time because of just the significance of the speed boost. But unfortunately, I don't get that liberty.
Do we ever get music back?
It will restart soon.
Okay.
Give it a few seconds. There you go.
Oh.
You now get the dreamy music of Stuart Copeland, former drummer of the Police.
Okay.
Of the police, like, you mean the actual police?
I wish.
Oh.
Just the band.
Quite a relaxing music.
Yeah.
Perfect for 7 AM.
Yeah.
Trying to not fall asleep.
Yeah. Quite a lot of the music in this game is quite mellow, and it's actually relatively quiet compared to that in like the original trilogy. In the original trilogy, the music was actually sort of involved, I feel like, whereas with this game it's very much just background and atmospheric. And my favourite piece of music is actually in the last level, so we'll have to wait a while to hear it. Yeah, we're coming up near to the end of the third lap and the end of this race.
I love how when you look away from the stage, the frame rate is something like 60.
Yeah.
60 as a frame rate is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you go back into the stage, all 20 FPS, no.
Like, as I said back in Dragonfly Dojo, this is a variable frame rate game, so it can shift from like 30 to 60.
Thankfully, it doesn't really slow down when you reduce FPS.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Grayson.
So 230, 230.
It's average. It's about normal for what I get on that one. I've wanted to try and get sub 230 there, but it's just
Very hard.
yeah, that and IOs aren't my thing.
Maybe get a better controller.
Shush.
I just loaded chat up on my phone, and they're all want me to tell you that you have 10,000 people in your crowd right now. Maybe not in real life, but in chat, everyone's just like there for you.
Ouch!
Oh yeah, I see what you mean about the corner.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
They're the only things that refuse me. That fodder died. That's another thing I should explain. Health and sparks and fodder. So Sparks is the dragonfly that's following me around. He is also my health indicator and also a collector of gems. In this game, his range for collecting gems is actually dependent on his health, and I want to keep him at yellow for as much as I possibly can. If he's on blue, then he's acceptable, and if he's on green, he's useless. We don't need him.
Basically, what changed with his life? Like he can fetch gems from farther away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's also the health. If he's on yellow, then you have 4 hits left. If he's on blue, then you have 3 hits left, and if he's on green, then you have 2 hits left. If he's gone, you only have 1 hit left, and then you die.
Are you actually swimming outside of bounds?
How does every Spyro game have this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no Spyro game has it like how this game has it.
What are you collecting?
I'm collecting gems in an unloaded chunk.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. They're not just floating out there.
Yeah, this game is very soft when it comes to like chunk triggers. It's just like it'll just have them in the places where you're supposed to reach, not outside. So I can just sort of go around it and not load in an area, and then I can collect a few gems.
And seeing games with one-way walls in it makes me so jealous. Every game I run, the walls are 2-way. You can get out of bounds, but you can never get back in.
Oh.
But here, you just clip out and then just fly in whenever you want.
No, in the games I run, the only game I run that has bugs, you basically when you press injection in a wall, you get expelled.
this area can be kind of intensive on the frame rate, but it generally runs fine enough.
Thankfully, the GameCube doesn't overheat a lot.
Yeah, GameCubes are good. GameCubes are good consoles.
Yeah, and it has a like I forgot the word for that. The thing behind
Handle.
a handle.
Oh yeah.
It has a handle which is makes it like 200% more portable than the PS2.
Yeah.
Am I the only PS2 player here? Everyone else is GameCube.
I'm
no.
a Sega player. I'm a Sega runner. So.
I mean, most of my games that I run are on PS1.
Oh, okay, so PS2 then.
Yeah. Well, it would be PS2 if I was American and had an NTSC PS2.
Oh, okay. Get a PSP, dude. It has faster loading speeds than PS2.
But it's a PSP.
Yeah, there is that.
Do like me, get a PS3 dev kit. Best way to play PS2 and PS1 games.
How much is a PS3 dev kit? Jeez.
How much? It's about on eBay. I checked last time. It was about $500
Oh, okay.
ish.
So a little bit earlier, I did a head bash onto a small rainbow road. That is a form of clipping called head bash clipping. If a surface is thin enough, you can actually just head bash straight through
Hey,
it.
Sabino.
This will get a lot more use later on, especially in a level called Crop Circle Country, where I will use it to gain quite a lot of quick elevation, but that won't be for a little while. For the most part, this level is also very linear. This is like the only area that required some sort of routing, and even still I'm not entirely happy with how it looks, but it's just hard to do routing for gems which are just strewn all over the place and just
Yeah.
without much reason.
It's like whenever I watch a Spyro run, like it gives me a headache thinking
Yeah.
about how hard it would be to route 100% for this. Like, good god. That's
Oh.
like the traveling salesman problem simulator right there.
For me, it's not even the routing of the games. It's more like that. How can you remember the route? There's like so much direction
Yeah.
to press.
Oh, you cannot wait for Thieves' Den, Josh. You really can.
Okay.
Thieves' Den is fun. Thieves' Den is fun, and I may be a big liar about that.
I'd love to see like a routing competition for this or something, but I guess it's too popular of a game, so it
Yeah.
wouldn't work. But yeah.
Usually routing competition, for example, Run Invalid, are made on unknown games, so there are no routing already available. And those games are sadly not. Maybe a less well-known Spyro would have like a route that's not optimized fully, and trying to find a new optimized route will be a thing for routing competition.
For this game, most of the routes definitely aren't like optimal. Like even like maybe 15 hours before this run, I was actually
Hey,
thinking about just
Sylvia.
rerouting a whole ton of stuff, and I was just like, no, now is not the time. I'd
Yeah.
rather do what I know how to do.
But like, is there like in some runs there are like people have like safe routes
Hey,
and
it's Ice Boy.
like VPB routes that are very risky. But in this game, are the routes to get the gems like do you have safe routes and risky routes or not?
No, it more or less just comes down to your lines, I'd say. Obviously, if you're able to take like straighter lines from A to B, then that's better than being like really
Yeah, zigzagging.
zigzagging. Oh, can't kill enemies with bubble breath, by the way. You might see me do that quite a few times. Also, this is a quick fireball section just to clear some thunderclouds from a pool, so you can swim in it later. And we've got a bit of time for a few donations, I'd say. Your mic's
Oh
not on.
yes, we got $25 from Kendra2020 saying, I love this game. So cool to see it run at ESA. Almost 2 a.m. here in Canada. Obviously worth staying up for this. Woot woot! It sounds almost like Noot Noot, doesn't it, Link Boss?
Noot noot.
I would also like to point out that Princess Pretzelbottom is currently sitting on her own, completely alone, but she has a friend, and if you want to make that friend sit next to her, consider donating, and if you donate $25, you have a chance to win one of the ViewSonic monitors. ViewSonic is a long-term partner of ESA, and they provide all the monitors that the runners use for their run. So if you want to be as cool as our runners, as cool as Wally, as cool as Josh, as cool as Link Boss, consider donating $25 or more to win one of the monitors. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, those monitors are very good.
So, on that last NPC, I actually did something which can only be done on a few NPCs, which is, whilst grabbing the Dragonfly, I just sort of flew away. I didn't want to be around there. Oh, butterfly, hello. I don't actually understand where that butterfly came from. But you can also do it on this NPC, and this NPC is sort of important. So we'll see if I can get it now. Yeah, there we go. So, by getting away from this NPC, I'm able to... Okay, look, corner!
It's not corners.
So,
It's invisible walls.
so by running away from this NPC's Dragonfly, I'm actually able to pick up 2 from him.
I think this NPC is basically half of us right now.
Yeah. So, this guy is only supposed to ever give you 1, however, I was able to duplicate the Dragonfly. And because of that, I don't need to do one of the minigame areas in this level, which is called Puffy Palace. And because of that, it saves a ton of time over what the world record does. And I'll be doing another Dragonfly dupe later on to save even more time, which means that the Dragonfly duping saves about 5 minutes, I believe.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Also, in typical Cloud9 style, I've missed a jump.
Oh god.
Like, one thing you may have noticed is there's a lot of red and green gems.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
Goose.
So many of these gems are red and green, and they're always so loose, and it's so difficult to remember every single one of them.
Hey, it's Mark.
So hopefully this one is close as well.
How many Dragonflies are there in the game in total?
90.
90, okay. And how many gems? No. Too much.
7,000.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
And the point is to get them all?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right, where is he pointing? He's pointing over there.
Oh, does he point to the gem?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Is this possible? Probably not. We'll see.
Oh.
I wonder, can we go underneath? No.
No.
Doesn't matter, there's a Zoe there anyway.
Can we clip through the ground?
Yeah. Yeah. If it's thin enough, you can clip through it.
Yeah, like for example in Mario 64.
So, let's grab this Okay, bye.
Bye, but
Unlucky on the cycle.
bad cycle, rip PB.
Yeah, that's it. Run's dead. Go.
Oh no. Thanks,
Oh
Carl.
dear.
No.
This platform sucks.
You've got a great excuse. You have to blame your controller at one time.
No, I'm not blaming my controller ever. My controller is great. Hashtag not sponsored.
What's the brand? It's Gamester.
Gamester.
Gamester, top speedrunner controller. Are the ledges of the platforms pretty lenient or not?
If it depends how you sort of go into them. If you go into them in certain ways, you'll just have Spyro rebound like a ragdoll. Or you'll just have Spyro sort of fall off of it. Also, this game's great when it comes to loading.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So let's try and find this gem.
Ouch.
Oh, there's a thing there. Oh. Oh. Huh.
It's like playing that game at the fair with all that mirror room or that door rooms where there are a lot of doors or a lot of glasses make the glass maze, and you hit a wall each time you want to go in a direction.
Yeah. No, what? Where is it? Where is Sparks pointing? Sparks Finder in this game isn't exactly all that useful because the levels aren't great in terms of their design. I seriously don't know where he's pointing.
Yeah, I take it this game wasn't made by the original devs.
Nope.
Yeah.
Insomniac Games had nothing to do with this game.
That sucks.
Who made it?
Check Studios and Equinox. This was the only game they ever made.
Wow.
A lot of the PS1 to PS2 games are like that, right? Because Crash had the same thing. Naughty Dog not doing Crash anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all due to sort of deals with Universal just running out.
Yeah. They didn't get along with Universal anyway, did they?
This game being so bad is also on Universal. Okay, there it is.
This game is really this game so bad?
Well, as I said near the start, this game was supposed to have a 2-year development cycle,
Yeah.
and it got rushed 8 months in.
So like Twinsanity.
Like, this game was supposed to have a lot more gems, a lot more dragonflies, certainly a lot more levels than 8.
Yeah. 8 for a game you pay like 55 euros is not a lot.
Yeah.
So 50 pounds for you.
Yeah.
Right, and now...
I knew the conversion was right.
So I'm heading right now to the ice gate, and I don't have the ice breath, but it doesn't matter. The ice gate just sort of doesn't like to exist sometimes.
Oh, well done.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
I don't even need to do anything special for that one.
A+ programming there.
Hey, if it's in the game, you use it.
Yeah.
And now I'll be doing a little bit of movement to get up to Monkey Monastery, so we have a bit of time for some quick donations.
Oh, that's very nice. So we got $10 from Blue Jello saying, I used to spend hours and hours playing Spyro, so it's great to see this comfy run at ESA. Greetings from Canada, and Canada Goose the Dragonfly. This might be a character name, because this Goose the Dragonfly bit looks a little bit strange. So if that's the case, please clarify that in the chat. I will put it wherever you wanted me to put it, whatever bit where you wanted me to put it. And this $10 mean that I'm going to fetch Princess Pretzel Bottom's friend. So stay tuned.
Hey, it's
Okay.
Sandra.
Something funny because I don't even know who Stacy's talking about.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Ouch.
I'm scared.
Is this where we run?
Yeah.
So, I am now entering the level Monkey Monastery, and in this route, this is actually sort of like a dead end. Because one, I don't have ice breath, so I can't really do much in like the ice area of the Dragon Realms. And also, getting anywhere from...
There's my bag behind the chair. Just get it and put it in.
Emergency teddy bear popping is happening.
Right. So yeah, this level is sort of a dead end in this route. Also, this dragonfly sucks because ice. Ice physics.
Has that game ever had good ice physics?
Hey, it's
Any.
Foamy.
No.
I mean, some of the puzzles in like Pokemon Gold or something were alright, but
Yeah,
That's about it. That's the only good ice physics I can think of. Chat. Good ice physics, go.
This level kind of is annoying because it has these mammoth enemies, and what these mammoth enemies do is they resist the lightning. But firstly, a different type of clipping.
Do any barriers work in this game?
There's some.
Yeah, I mean, I think what the developer said, like, this is fine.
Hey,
So,
it's damsel.
in order to clip through that door, what I actually did was I purposely lagged the game.
Oh.
By lagging the game, it desynced Spyro's actual position from where he was visually. And so, because I got enough through the door, the game was just like, yeah, sure, you're on that side now. Have fun.
That's an actual, yeah, that's an actual interesting thing. How did you notice that Spyro's position was not actually where he was?
It was purely just through sort of experimentation. Like lag clipping was already something that was known about by the time I sort of picked this game up, and I would just sort of put a little bit of reasoning to it, and I just messed around with it and experimented with it, and things worked. So this is a slide minigame. This is one of 2 different ones. This minigame has 2 different phases as well. This first one, you start off with 30 seconds on the clock, and in order to get down, you just have to slalom through all these gates whilst trying to avoid like penguins pushing like boxes for whatever reason, and also ice blocks, which are not very easy to see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't even understand what was pushing you. But I see now, it's like an ice going left to right.
Yeah, there are a lot more ice along this path as well. They're basically invisible. There was one on the right there. Oh, not right, left.
I haven't seen it at all. But I got some SSX vibes.
Hey, it's Jim.
With this minigame.
Yeah, so that's the first bit, and now the second bit, where we just start off with 10 seconds less, and I do a different route which is slower than what I did in that first one.
That goes
But-
more doors.
Yeah, it goes through more gates, and hey look, ice blocks. One thing that the ice blocks also do is kill all your momentum, so if you get hit at an inconvenient time, you actually just cannot win. And I'm actually risking this. I might time out.
Hey!
We're fine. Everything's fine here.
This is fine.
Everything is under control because now we've got plenty of time.
Yay!
So this path is extremely easy and it just gives you a ton of time. It's more convenient for this one than anything else. Yeah. So now we're coming up to the ending of this, and that will be the first slide minigame for a while. And we've got a bit more time for any donations if there are some.
Well, while we're waiting for some awesome donations, with the help of which you could actually name Princess Pretzel Bottom's friend, because the dog doesn't have a name. You can change that. Consider donating. And if you want some incentives and bid wars to get you inspired, we have The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt coming up tonight, and we have a bid war for the ending. So you can either save Siri or save frames, meaning that the ending will be a faster one. But come on, who wants to save Siri? Why on earth would you want to save Siri when you can get a faster ending, which is currently in the second place with $175, while saving Siri is, for whatever reason, at $777. I don't like that. If you agree or disagree with me, consider donating and putting your donation to that bid war.
Nah,
Get out!
I think we need to save the frames. We're behind as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to save as many frames as we can.
Please, consideration for the schedule.
Maybe we should call the dog the schedule.
Oh. Scheduling dog.
Scheduling dog.
Scheduling dog.
That's a really cool idea, Josh. If you, dear viewers, agree with Josh's idea to name the dog Schedule a scheduling dog, please consider donating. Let's get this beat war started right now.
What have I done?
Do I go for it? Do I not go for it? Let's go for it. So this is a nice block.
Ah.
So you can actually clip through the floor there and just completely avoid it. You end up inside of it. I'm gonna do it a different way, a way that kind of looks very much intended. It's quite stupid how easy it is. Firstly, we need to do a little bit of movement just to get back on track. But I'm going to clear out this island. A little bit of improvisation. Never hurt anybody.
Premature optimization.
So I'll always like my video that I made on this, the title of it. I just called it a block of frozen water, and it just doesn't exist.
What?
It just doesn't exist there. So now my camera's gonna get stuck a bit.
Oh boy. Oh, okay.
I'm a professional, trust me.
Professional glitcher.
Yeah. What? Ooh.
Whoa.
Shout out to ice physics. Ice physics plus gems on edge equals bad time for everyone.
So how uncontrollable are you on this ice?
Very. The best way to sort of control yourself is to just keep jumping and gliding.
And believe.
And yeah, just believe that Spartus is one, gonna grab everything, and two, you don't fall off the edge. So, and
Hey,
there's
it's
Goku.
Goku. Oh, this is Dragon Ball now.
I
Nope.
mean, it's a dragonfly. It's close enough.
That's a Dragon Ball.
So there's actually a rocket which is supposed to destroy the ice, which I just did a glide around there. That ice can actually get in the way quite easily. Again, physical and visual just don't line up most of the time, so you could flop to your death, or you can do it like that and be happy.
There's no mistakes. There's only happy little accidents.
And now time for Rhinoc Factories, which is extremely fast.
We are nearing the half of the gems. We are like 3,457.
Yeah, after this level, I just sort of want to be. I want to have at least half of the collectibles, just to trigger a cutscene. Also, this is noisy.
Yes.
Yeah, I've noticed.
What?
So, why are you flying a war jet?
Because I'm a dragon.
Yeah, but...
And now it's over.
Oh, okay. It's like having like a dolphin in a submarine. Why do you need that?
Hey, it's John.
Because we need missiles and machine guns, okay? It's 2002. It's a lot different then.
Battle of the Atlantic.
That was an accidental retry.
1942 polarized.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that minigame's fast, and it's a shame there isn't two phases to that, because I would totally just do both phases in like the no early Ripto category which exists for this game. Unfortunately, I have to stick with some other slower dragonflies.
There's a lot of loading times still.
Yeah. It's mostly this loading screen,
Yeah.
which comes from a loading screen.
Yeah, a loading screen into a loading screen. This is quite weird.
Don't worry, the PS2 version has a loading bar for a loading screen, so it's all
Wow.
good.
So they're more polite in this version. They're please wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a bit of ETD physics as well, like being just ragdolled off of an edge. Most of the time you'll get that near an edge, and you'll die. But luckily I was nowhere near.
Yeah, you can really see how this game like had potential and actual like design to it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't finished. Because like when you talk to an NPC, like in the old version of Spyro, didn't they actually like have talking animations?
Yeah,
But it's just
they have talking animations, I'm just skipping them so fast.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because this is not an all cutscenes percent one.
Yeah. All cutscenes. The
They're
Spyro.
not even cutscenes.
Yeah.
If you, like, an all cutscenes
it's
run wouldn't
young.
even be that much longer, there isn't many cutscenes.
Okay, so all dialogues.
All dialogues. Then you get to hear some quality voice acting for some characters. I think. I actually don't remember. I don't play this game with no voices on either. So on the PAL version, if you play with voices on, you actually get slower loads.
Oh.
But not on the NTSC version.
No, the NTSC version doesn't get any sort of slowdown.
Games can be so much different depending on version.
Is it like the language options that cause that or something?
I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that having the voices on just is slow.
It's really weird.
Have you tried to play the European version in more in something else than English with local with the voices to see if they are actually in another language?
Not fully, no.
Oh, because if they are, that maybe because like imagine the European version, since there are like 5 languages, the voices might be compressed
Yeah.
to take up less space, and then the uncompressing makes the console lag. Also, I'm very sorry for my shoddy English. I'm very tired.
Don't worry, mine hasn't been all that good either.
Yeah, but you're actually comprehensible. I'm not.
I can understand you just about. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna blame you for being tired.
Yeah. Hell, my shift has already finished since 15 minutes.
Yeah, he's no longer the tech guy. We need a new tech guy.
Yeah, we need a new tech guy to relieve me on commentary. Please donate.
Alright, nice.
I want to get my breakfast
Hey,
and go to
hi.
bed.
So yeah, more ice patches. There was a Dragonfly on there. However, that Dragonfly is a lot easier. There's actually quite a few easy ways of getting that Dragonfly. I luckily got a backup to an easy one. Also, I shouldn't be mashing through this one as fast, because some dialogue can actually just not sort of parse correctly, I guess, in the game. And
Hey,
so
it's
you just end
Joey.
up repeating dialogue over and over again by using like the hyper mashing, which is what I sort of referred to the technique as. But people always use different names for that.
Is it time for donations?
Yeah.
Nice. We got $5 from Ian, saying, "Morning, Josh. Hope you slept well."
Considering I got woke up for Vice City, no.
And we've got $50 from Grey H, saying, "My mother is the reason I was able to play Spyro the Dragon. She saw a commercial that showed Spyro roasting the sheep and thought it was so funny. She not only bought the game, but a PlayStation as well. Shout out to my mom for the love of the series, and best of luck to you, Yeswally. Thank you very, very much for that. You now have a chance to win not only a Nintendo Switch with Super Mario Maker 2, but also one of the ViewSonic monitors. So thank you for that, and keep donating. And we've got another $5 from Roxy Kitten saying, for Princess's friend, I wish to name the dog Mr. Schnuffles, and also more sombreros if you have some. I think we have one more, so if you want one of the people in the audience to wear it, or one of the runners, or the runner, or one of the commentators to wear it, you should consider donating.
Also shoutouts to all the moms who buy consoles for their children and make them discover great games. And the grandmoms too, because it was actually my grandmom that made me discover my first games, which was Sonic 2, of course.
Such a heckler, what the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, woo, oh, okay.
Oh.
It's early.
So that level was entertaining.
I have a question about the menu when you exit the level. I see that it says autosave unavailable, no memory card, and that's it.
Yeah.
And right next to the exit level, you have the exit game option.
Yeah.
Is there a risk that you can ruin your run?
Nah.
Let's hope.
I think I'm awake enough to menu up twice.
Alright, I mean, famous last words.
Yeah.
Like, only an idiot would escape the game, exit the game.
Watch this.
Although I will be honest, I have done it once before.
Oh
Yeah.
my word.
Yeah, this way.
I take it saving just takes time. So you just don't, or...
Saving takes a while. It's technically safe, but like, I generally don't run into an issue of crashing on the GameCube version. The PS2 version is almost destined just to crash at least once.
That's because the PS2 is the PS2.
Yeah, the PS2 is the PS2, and the PS2 version is the PS2 version.
Everything you're saying is tempting fate, you realise this, right?
I live life on the edge, okay?
Well, obviously, yeah, what the hell?
There are lines, I will always find a way to be near them.
It's like near 3-hour marathon run. Yeah, I don't need saves. Alright.
Remember what happened to the Pokemon randomizer run? Like 2 days ago?
I didn't see it.
It crashed after 45 minutes.
Woo!
The emulator crashed, he had to, Prison had to restart. Wasn't a great moment.
So yeah, I'm now currently on Green Sparks. This is Honey Marsh, this level can be brutal. But I get to now show off how pointless Green Sparks kind of is. Let me just slowly approach the gem and wait for Sparks to grab it, even though I'm on top of it.
Oh yeah, now
Like-
your Dragonfly that I don't remember the name of.
Sparks.
Spark is basically at its useless stage.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like not really doing anything too useful. So one thing that's kind of funny about this level is that there's actually a vase that can spawn incorrectly. It can spawn in one of two locations, and if it spawns in one location, the gem will be in the other. If it spawns in that other location, then the gem will be where the vase is. So we'll see if there is one vase or two vases up here. Lo and behold, there's only one, so it spawned correctly, which is fast.
I see Infodesk coming with our new badge for our new friend Mr. Schnuffles. Can we have tech please add Mr. Schnuffles as a commentator? Oh, he has a tag. You have an NFT tag. Give me the. Yeah. Thanks.
How many of those do you have?
Too much.
Way too much? Okay, alright.
Shout outs to Duckweed, by the way. Great name for Dragonflies. So we've currently had Krishnamurti, Tashi Station, Scuttlebutt, Duckweed.
Did they just like run out of names at some point?
Yeah, they ran out of names extremely quickly.
Not in front of a runner.
Oh, it's okay. I can play the game blindfolded, I suppose.
Oh, next donation incentive, Kappa.
Hey, it's Suzuki.
I disagree. Yeah.
Ouch.
Ouch.
When the next toast will discover what happened to Mr. Schnuffles, I'll be quite surprised.
So this, that little clip onto the flower was something that I hadn't done for a very long time. I actually only got the idea to do that from a streamer
Hey,
called
it's Russell Jim.
Beautyism. She was doing a week of Spyro Enter the Dragonfly herself, and I just sort of had an idea of a possible reroute, so I experimented with it on Dolphin, and hey, it's faster. So thanks, Beauty.
For those who don't know, Dolphin is the GameCube emulator, the most used one. But I like to do TAS.
One of the best emulators ever made.
Yeah.
If not the best, actually.
Yeah,
Is there a better one?
No, there's not. And one of the something good, a little more chauvinism for me, because one of the core developers of Dolphin is French.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's called Delroth. And shout outs to him, because he does a lot of great work on this emulator.
So now we are entering the second and final tank minigame,
Oh.
the tank trial. So this one can be really nice to you, it can also just not want you to continue. It's all very much dependent on these enemies. These are all grenadier enemies. There's also bees which we need to kill. And one thing that the developers sort of forgot about was invincibility frames. There's not really many of them.
Looks like they forgot about another kind of frames.
Well, you can't blame them.
I mean, I can.
Yeah, you can always blame
Less alpha effects.
They could have just gone with the original Spyro engine. I'm sure it would have run correctly on the GameCube.
But they needed to innovate.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
There we go. So now we're past like the hard part, and now we're on to the auto-scroller section of this timed minigame. So if you're too slow in the first section, you just can't win. This is also where this reticle just doesn't work. And that's annoying. There is a lot of weird invisible walls on the way to those bees, and I don't know why they exist. They don't need to. So that's annoying. That's quite a big time loss.
Poor bees, man. Like, what did they do to you?
They did nothing to me. They did something to the dinos, apparently.
Okay.
Not the bees. But I kind of agree. Of what you're doing, being phobic of bees. Not bees, more wasps. But yeah.
What? Why do wasps even exist?
I don't know. Like mosquitoes and everything are quite useful, but bees are very useful to plants and everything. But wasps are just here to sting.
What happened to my tank? My tank just ended up being shifted suddenly to the right. Right, there we go. Got that bee, and now we gotta try and kill the rest of them using a unsynced reticle, so I'm now aiming to the left.
Imagine you could have got a love relation with one of those bees, like started dating, like you legit.
I don't know what you're trying to advertise here.
I was trying to do a bad reference to the bee movie.
Oh god.
Because we are something with bees, we must.
Feel free to donate the B-movie script.
Oh,
Yeah.
why would you say this?
You're welcome, Josh.
Yeah, if you donate, we might read the B movie.
Hey, it's Bliskin.
I'd have to be a big flippin' donation.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm ready to do that. So please donate to read the B movie
God.
script. And I'm sorry, Josh.
There we go. Menuing is easy.
So, chat wants to know what your flag is. On
Oh yeah.
Oh, right.
Layout.
So, for anybody who wasn't here from the start, that is the British Indian Ocean Territory flag.
Why?
Because SRCom profiles are memes. That's
Oh.
all they are.
Last time when I was at UKSG, so it's another marathon hosted on this channel on ESA Marathon. I actually asked Tech, well, not asked, requested that I had my flag changed at the last moment from the French flag to the flag of my actual region,
Right.
and apparently I triggered a lot of French people because like this is the flag that we are forcing into each event. By the way, for the B-movie script, it's here. Donate and we'll read it.
God.
Is it a good time to read a donation? It's not a B movie script.
Then sure, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
We've got $6 from Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna saying, here is to inciting a beat war for the doggo name. $6 towards naming that puppers Mr. Not Schnuffles. Oh my, look what's going on here. I'll have to ask the tech crew to change that name because $6 is more than 5.
Yeah.
I know,
Oh,
right?
No.
How much
But if you want to beat that, you can donate even more.
how much of the labels we put on the cards worth?
Yeah.
We're now in the second to last section of Honey Marsh. Honey Marsh is actually quite compact. There's a lot of just small hallways and very, very compact gems. There's also quite a few weird little places where you can actually stand, which you shouldn't really be able to. Also, I actually did the route a little bit wrong there, so I had to back it up in a way.
Hey, it's Gory.
What was that dragonfly's name?
Dory.
Okay.
I think they had to add a lot. They had to think of a lot of names for Dragonfly.
Again, they just ran out of names immediately, but hey, here's Tim.
Hey, it's Tim.
And there's Tim. Tim,
Hey,
just,
Tim.
Tim didn't want to be around. He's shy. And now welcome to Rocks. Rocks makes no sense. All that bees shooting at me. So rocks can be picked up in numerous ways. This, which is the most sensible one, doesn't normally work. So I'm going to flame them, charge through them, go back round, and now I can pick up the rock. Or I can jump and sometimes get a rock if I jump from like this step. Nope. These rocks are just genuinely terrible. They weren't well coded. Oh, that's nice. Got a quick rock there.
A quick rock.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about how quick you can get your rocks. And making sure I don't miss, because else it might be painful. I hit the bee. Oh, I got a rock anyway. Nice. Well done, Spyro. So yeah, it kind of...
What's that voice?
Oh, it's this guy.
Oh.
So he's got quite a lot to say, so let's have fun mashing through all this dialogue. Oh, not much there, but... He didn't have to do his welcome animation. Yeah. And there's Lily.
Lily. At last a good normal name.
What about Tim? Tim's a normal
Oh
name.
yeah, Tim. Yeah.
And time for another head bash clip. I think we haven't done one of those in a while. And also standing on honey, which should hurt you.
I have several questions.
Yes. And now time for the second Dragonfly dude. I'm just gonna run away for a bit. There's Taka. And let's get Taka's clone. There we go, there's Taka's clone. And now we have all the Dragonflies. Even though we haven't done both of the minigame areas. Each level in this game has 2 minigame areas. The other one in this one would have been a slide. But it's actually a very long slide. And it's actually just so much better just to skip it. And now we'll come up to the moment of truth. Do I have all the gems?
How many should you have at this stage?
I don't know. See, I don't really remember gem counts, which would be what a lot of runners would do. And also, this doesn't want to load.
Ah, you don't need it.
There it is.
Who needs textures? And who need models?
Okay, so it's up that way. So gem here? No. Maybe it was the 5 gem that doesn't spawn correctly. Let's have a look. No? No, we're still carrying on this way.
Oh no, the deadly honey.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this deadly honey and then there's the slide which is on honey. The honey that is of the not sticky variety.
If it's not sticky, it's not ready.
So in order to do Sparta's Fine, by the way, I need to use the triggers, and one of them changes your breath type. The other loads the inventory. Where is he pointing?
I don't even know when he's pointing, but he's pointing to somewhere.
He's pointing to the gem.
Yeah, but I don't see how he's pointing to the gem.
Like when he opens the menu.
Definitely not there. So yeah, welcome to why missing gems in this category is terrible.
To be honest, every hundo category is way harder than any other category because there's so much usually in each game there's so much thing to collect that you're bound to forget at least something.
Hopefully it's in this last area, else I'm going to be very confused. Oh, what?
Hello.
Wow. What? Oh, come on, that's not even it. No. So, Bart's. Oh, I'm stupid. I forgot those. Right, and that was Honey Marsh. There we go. We are now through 5 levels. 5 levels, and now there are 3 more to go. If there's any donations, go ahead.
Oh, I wanted to plug in to talk about some other Beat Wars that we currently have. We currently have open. We have another Beat War for Dark Souls, which is going to be run tonight. And you can choose the character's name. And we have like tons of amazing options to choose from, or you can suggest your own. So we have Giant Dad. Currently in the lead with $195.02. We have Goonie with $83, Ed Harris with 65, Say Comfy with 51.15 cents, Bolt Spot with 50, Beefaroni with 30, Maki Baki with 10, and Swagger Souls with 5. You can totally change that. You can totally suggest your name and make Giant Dad lose. So if you want to do that, please consider donating. That will be lots of fun.
That's a ton of names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm backing. I'm backing Maki Baki.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I think Mark in a run be nice.
So now we are in Crop Circle Country. This is supposed to be the second level. Instead, we're doing it 6th. That's just how we do things. And we're going to be doing quite a lot of different things. So that's a lag clip.
Hello.
To get to the end of the level. So in order to actually 100% this level, you're supposed to do 2 cycles around this entire area. So now we've shortened it to 1.
Hello to all the people that were sleeping and we woke up.
Yeah, woke me up. Yeah.
Doing a little bit of clear up here at the end, just to make when we come back here a little bit more convenient. Alright, I want that chicken. Right, and then we collect up the rest of these loose ones. Because there's a fireball challenge in that area, and I just want to be able to just rush through that as quick as possible and not have to worry about any of the enemies. And now we get to do our 1 cycle through the level.
Are those like cosmonaut dinosaurs?
Oh, wait. I forgot to do one major thing. I didn't get the end of level Dragonfly. Let me go fix that, and then we might actually be able to do stuff in this level. Okay. There was dialogue there.
Hey, it's Fiona.
Do they only reserve the really weird names for like the optional flies?
Probably.
Yeah.
Fiona is not that. Fiona is not.
Yeah,
that
that
weird.
one's. Yeah, that one was a required one, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they started with the required one, and then as more, and then they added more dragonflies, and the more they did, the more they had to search to.
Hey, it's Akira.
Oh, Akira!
So welcome to this area. This area is sort of like a slideshow.
What?
A slideshow.
Oh.
Crop Circle is quite laggy, just because of this fog effect, which serves no purpose. There we go. Random electric breath there just to kill the enemy, else he'll hit me. And I'd rather not be hit. So now we get to do some cow herding in the most ethical way possible.
I'm gonna say.
Very much ethical.
What, do you not use high voltage electricity to herd your cows?
Usually the fences for cows is less than that. It's like 50 volts, not more. By the way, do we have any donations?
Oh, yes. These are some hot donations. We have $5 from Kakat saying, I can't let Roxy Kitten be sad. Here's a gift from a moderator who wants the return of Mr. Schnuffles. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
And we got $8 from Soul saying, renaming the dog back to Mr. Schnuffles. You're welcome, Infodesk. Thank you very much. And we've got $7 from Stacy, aka me, saying, I'm sending this to myself and I'm making the dog's name Mr. Schnuffles again. He's saved.
Hey, it's
Bog.
Nick.
Winky face. Yes. Mr. Schnuffles is back with $25. Can you beat it? I don't think you can. You don't have that much time left till the end of the run.
So we've got to do a little bit more cow herding just to finish this little mini game up. The cows are really slow.
They're quite bouncy as well, apparently.
Yeah. And now let's go through 2 dialogues in order to get our Dragonfly.
I should say that even the farmer is quite bouncy.
Hey, it's Cedric.
And there's Cedric.
Cedric. Cedric. Isn't Cedric like quite a French name?
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen a lot of Cedric in other countries.
Also, that UFO that came down, it actually makes an enemy noise as it actually departs. Which is, I'm guessing, a misreference, or they just don't have a sound effect for it departing, so they were just like, let's use an enemy. And now, time for my favourite bit of movement. So there's 1 floor. 2 floors. And that's up to Laurent.
Hey,
Oh.
it's Laurent.
Laurent. Fun fact, Laurent is actually my last name. But not written like that.
And do we have more donations? Still?
Oh, Josh.
Oh no.
Oh, Josh. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have asked, guys. We got $5 from Mod366 saying, according to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway, because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. With that out of the way, thank you Yeswally for the Spyro run. It's always a joy to watch Spyro games during a speedrunning event. Keep it up. Thank you very much for that donation.
Why?
Yeah.
So that was a platforming minigame, I think. It lasted like 15 seconds. Yeah, you can completely cheese that one on GameCube. You just go over to the left-hand side, like furthest down platform, then you do like the double jump and click for the floor of a next tier platform, and then you just electrocute the middle of the massive construct. And the hitbox of that Ripto just extends so far that you can just hit it.
Is that a space dinosaur?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But
Sure.
just don't question anything this game says. It all makes sense in the end.
Basically, with this game, you have to make your wheeling suspension of the belief work at full regime.
So yeah, this level just uses a whole bunch of like the different movement techniques. It's also going to force Spyro through a floor. Not Spyro. Sparks through a floor to grab a gem for us.
Ooh.
I'm lazy. And then a bit of momentum conservation into a jump hover. Just to save having to do a bit of platforming. Like this level is just packed with a whole bunch of stuff that makes it so convenient. But still, there's as many reds and greens as there always is.
So, what are the colors? So, red are 1.
Reds are 1, greens are 2, blues are 5, then yellow can be either 10 or 25.
What do you mean it can be either? Which
Wait.
is what the developers were feeling at the time, or?
Well, in Spyro 1, 2, and 3, you have like a
Hey, it's
magenta gem,
Bobby.
and that corresponds to 25. However, this game doesn't have those magenta gems. It was supposed to have the magenta gems, but yeah, they didn't have enough time to make magenta gems, so they were just like, yeah, yellows will do.
Okay.
It's true that, that the color swap is so hard to make.
So welcome to this random fireball minigame, by the way. It's just out here in the middle of a field. Targets are strewn all about. There we go. Deal with that one. And hey Tetsu. Bye
Hey, it's
Tetsu.
Testu.
Test.
Test 2.
No Tetsu.
It's not what Spyro said.
Yeah.
Tom Kenny. Getting it wrong again. And another momentum conservation jump. And not all the gems. Why?
What?
Why?
Uh-oh.
Why?
Can I give a shout out to the Yeti again?
Please.
Oh, nice. The Yeti has a special line of ESA merchandise. Awesome, amazing 3 shirts and a pin. I've seen them. They are poggers. I mean, I don't use Twitch emojis in real life, but they are poggers, I swear. And $5 per shirt and $4 per pin, because we have 3 shirts and a pin, will go straight to Alzheimer Fund. And so if you want to help the Swedish Alzheimer's Foundation find a cure against Alzheimer's disease, or help them find a way to delay the onset, postpone the onset of this terrible disease that can affect anyone, please consider going to www.theyeti.com/ESA and getting one of those awesome t-shirts or a pin. Thank you very, very much for your support, The Yeti.
Yeah, I'm looking at them now. I'm gonna get that ice cream one. That's such a good meme.
Yeah. Because ESA, basically ESA is 50% free ice cream.
Yeah. For those who don't know, in the hotel we're in, we get like free ice cream every night.
Yeah.
So everyone's just eating ice cream all the time.
Yeah, and we get free popcorn too.
Yeah. The popcorn's not as good. Everyone loves ice cream.
Yeah.
Need more options for the popcorn.
Hey, it's
Come on.
Jingles.
Yeah. We need sugary popcorn, and we need the caramel and the chocolate toppings on the ice cream.
The description for the shirt is show your support for a very cool event.
I think
Ice cream, get it? Cold.
cool.
I'm disappointed.
It wasn't me. They wrote it.
I'm still disappointed.
Also, did you know that the Yeti will start subsidiary moving company? They just call it the Yeti.
I just lost my headset to that.
Welcome to That Joke Central.
On behalf of Link Boss, I am sincerely sorry.
Jeez.
I didn't invite him.
Just invites himself.
No, the chat invited me.
This cow is in a whip. Go away from my cow. So, if you're not aware, this is a cow herding minigame. Spyro's in a UFO. Yeah, Spyro pilots UFOs.
And you have foreign UFOs that don't want, but you
Hey,
don't want
it's J-Dubs.
to steal your cows.
Yeah, so let's put them in a fenced off area with no roof. They can't get them there.
Yeah.
So now we gotta try and find this gem, which could be somewhere.
Autosave unavailable, Monkey.
It's fine. It's so fine.
This is fine.
Everything's okay. Don't worry.
Do we have a donation?
Yes, we do. We've got $10 from Chuck247 without a comment. I really hope that these $10 will go to the save frames ending in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt because I don't want to save Siri, you know. And the save Siri one is at $842 currently, while save frames is at $180. And I don't really like the gap here. I think chat can help me, you know. Get it higher. Save frames. Choose the faster ending. Do it.
When you load into a level, does Spyro not have animations for a little bit?
Yeah, this version is lazy for loading. It will load you into a level, but it won't really wait for everything to be loaded.
I guess they were really worried about the load times, so they're just like, just skimp out on some stuff.
I tried to do like in-game loading, but that didn't work as expected.
Loading. That first area is loading really nice. Oh, that gem.
Okay.
That gem in the middle of nowhere.
Hey!
Now I want to warp out of here. Warp out of here to Monkey Monastery. And now we have 2 levels left.
Yay! What was your is your estimate large?
Somewhat.
So
I have a very slim chance of maybe making it now, with how much I have missed.
oh
Oh no,
But so we'll see.
poor schedule dog.
no, it's not schedule log. It's Mr. Schnuffles.
No, of course, sorry, Mr.
Yeah.
Snuffles, yes.
So yeah, warp into Monkey Monastery and immediately leaving. This just gets me back into the ice area and also closer to the next level, which will be Thieves' Den. And if there's one thing I need to say about Thieves' Den is gems are terrible in Thieves' Den. Gems are the worst in Thieves' Den. Thieves' Den has 700 gems total or like 700 value total in gems. 680 of them are made up of 1s and 2s.
Oh god.
Hey, it's Masa.
Yeah, last time you brought up Thieves' Den when I asked, chat was expressing their distaste with the level as well.
Yeah. Like, if you look at like any Spyro 1, 2 or 3 level, you'll see like the number of sort of individual gems isn't all that high. Like, you'll rarely see them go past like maybe 100. In this game, it sort of tries to average itself around like 100 to maybe, oh well.
Some shenanigans have been
Like in
happening
this
behind.
in this game, like the different individual gems that there are, like most levels maybe have around 200, but this level probably has like near 350, 400.
So the route to get all of those gems must be considerably longer than the other levels.
It's not really easy to route around just gems thrown about just randomly.
Oh yeah.
Also, Wing Shield is a thing that I picked up in the WoW Island, and it works just as planned. All I have to do is look away and they die.
Wow.
Looking forward doesn't work. Which one makes more
Whoa.
sense? Looking forward.
Getting pushed by something that's not even there.
Yeah, these fans are weird. They are a lot bigger physically than they are visually, so be careful.
Ouch.
And don't just bonk into a stair because you mess up your inputs either.
Boom.
So yeah, you'll be just seeing a whole bunch of really just terrible gem collection because gems are everywhere in this level.
If it's only gems and not germs, still good.
And another annoying part about this level is that all the enemies are mimics. Obviously these Ripto wizards aren't, but like you'll find mimic baskets and mimic gems. Gems look exactly like normal gems until you get close. But the thing is that if you leave a minigame area, all enemies respawn.
Oh god. So there's just a bunch of gems everywhere.
Yeah. So those mimics will all respawn, and that can really lead to confusion.
Seems good.
Seems Viper. And we see the audience is starting to wake up. It's like 9 AM, guys.
9 AM many days into a marathon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I can feel it. Fun fact, I have another tech shift tomorrow, or like today, at midnight.
Nice.
Go to sleep, Sling Boss.
Lol, no. Sleeping is for the feeble.
I mean, I haven't been sleeping well throughout this marathon, but I'd recommend everybody to sleep a decent amount at least.
Yeah, and probably in the room.
Yeah.
Kappa kappa.
Like, I'm trying to think how many hours total I've probably slept over the course of this event now.
Yeah.
And I'm drawing the number 28. How long has this event been going on for now?
We start.
5 days, 6 days.
When did we start? Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday for 2 p.m.
And it's Friday, so.
Yeah,
Hey, it's Charlie.
A little less than 6 days.
So, not enough. Not enough sleep.
Yeah. I get usually like 5-6 hours of sleep per night. Here.
Alright, I just want to kill this basket just because it's out of the way.
Accidentally stretching and showing my stomach on stream.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Do we have time for a donation?
Yeah.
Ooh. Josh, get ready. This will make you wakey.
Oh.
We've got $5 from Soul saying, I'll donate $20 more if Josh gets up and does 10 jumping jacks. Will
just
you
had
be up to it?
breakfast. I just had breakfast. Oh, okay. If I lose my breakfast, chat.
Do we get?
We'll donate a lot of money.
Yeah. Do we get $50 if he throws up?
I guess chat can make it happen.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey!
Congratulations, Josh. You are now officially fit.
Yeah.
I don't feel it.
Do we have time for more donations?
If it's not me doing anything.
No, it's not this time.
Okay.
Maybe later. We can have a complete morning routine if the viewers donate to Josh making all kinds of exercises. I
Yeah.
think that would be fun.
Yeah,
Right,
but-
Josh?
Yes, ES aerobics.
Hey, it's Morpheus.
So we've got $5 from Callum saying, come on, Alzheimer's Foundation, let your Joshy muscles play, just like what Josh did right now, just now. I'm sick at home enjoying European Space Agency and the German F1 Grand Prix on TV this weekend, rather than going there, Kappa. Have a nice day, everyone. But if you're donating, this means you're watching us, European Speedrunner Assembly. Huh? Can you top that? Well, get well soon, by the way.
Yeah. Right. So,
Sliding.
yeah, Superman.
Yeah.
How many different poses can we go through?
By the way, I wonder why this game wasn't in the awful games block.
Because it's a backup.
Oh.
There was supposed to be a Yoshi game here, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. I
Oh
remember.
yeah.
Fun fact: the Yoshi game was actually the game I had planned to do the Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizer setup on, because it's a console game that's like 245. But due to the change and the subsequent changes in the planning, we already did the setup, which is great.
Alright, and now we are in the final Speedway, Oasis Speedway. This one's got probably by far the hardest time attack, and again the race is as boring as ever. The only reason why this time attack is sort of difficult is because of these selections here. You want to be trying to get double kills using downward electric breaths. Missed that one. And this one's up, and it... That one didn't die. What? Why? Hello? Okay, now he did.
I'm gonna sing a little bit thing in French because I don't know the English version, but you'll see. Ce rêve bleu. Na, 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 na.
Oh, Aladdin.
Na, 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 na.
Beautiful. So these boost stars are actually a PAL exclusive thing.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Okay, yes.
the project stopped. Oh, it's
okay,
good.
it's alright.
Everything was fine now.
Yeah, we need that projector.
Yeah. Anyway, that like four spectators, only one looks at the screen.
And finishing up this time attack on the camera. Plenty of time left. Still not a great time attack, but
What kind of dice is this?
A 60-sided dice.
Ooh. So chat,
Hey,
tell
it's
me,
Copper Top.
does this dice look? Doesn't this dice look more like a golf ball
Yeah.
than a dice? I'll do a close up if you want to see. But yeah.
When you roll it, it just kind of doesn't stop. It's like a ball.
alright, and now time for the race, so plenty of opportunity for donations.
Ooh, awesome. We've got $25 from Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna saying, "This was indeed a fine effort, combining forces to overpower me. Weak. No matter how much you struggle, there are always limits to what the internet can do. Useless. This $25 donation goes towards keeping that doggo named Mr. Schnuffles, cause I'm not that heartless. Thank you very much, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. By the way, you now have a chance to win one of the ViewSonic monitors. ViewSonic is a long-term partner of ESA, and they are providing all the game monitors for the event. So if you want to be as awesome as Josh, who's super fit now thanks to all that the morning routine, or as Yeswally1, who's doing this awesome Spyro run, or as Lingboss, who did some amazing commentating, translating it into French on the spot, consider donating $25 or more. And we have another $25 donation from Soul saying, "Man, can't believe he actually did it. Well, here's the money I promised. Hope you got a nice workout, Josh." Thank you very, very much for that.
I mean, I'm a bit more awake, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna crush harder on your bed
Yeah.
afterwards.
Oh, I can't wait for that moment.
When you crush in your bed. To be honest, I can't wait either.
However, the CTR to get through a few games after this.
Yeah,
By
right.
Natty O, so go and watch that one.
Oh, yeah. I've seen Natty getting up. He might be training right now.
I think he's probably just playing Juby in the arcade.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's addicted to it.
That arcade room has
Yeah.
claimed many people.
Yeah, we have great things here at ESA in this arcade. We have like pinballs. We have like Star Wars Racer. A lot of of various arcade machines with like Tetris,
it's
Street
Neo.
Fighter, some weird JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting games, and two big rhythm game arcades, Jubit and Groove Coaster.
So we're now done with all the speedways and all of the minigame areas in this level. There's only 2 minigame areas, and that will be in the last level.
Yay!
But there's still plenty of this level left to go. The minigames are quite close together, potentially just to try and masquerade the hidden wall for the other one. So the camera's going to be amazing here.
How did they mess that up? Do you like have to do that?
If I had a working control stick, no.
Oh, okay.
I can't complain.
Yeah. You can't complain until you change controller. But to be honest, blaming the controller is always a speedrunner's favorite.
Yeah.
Never the controller though. It's always the game.
I mean, I've ran GTAs on PSP, and I think I'm allowed to blame the controller.
I've run Sonic 2 on PSP. This is not good.
Okay, so you can blame a PSP, that'll do.
And it was not a PSP, it was a PSP Street, which is maybe the worst PSP ever. But hey, $30 a PSP, I won't turn it down.
Right, this isn't that yellow, so he was missing a few things.
Now we are going back into water.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been in water, and this section isn't all that friendly. Like, I don't understand what they were trying to do with the water physics here. Like, they're so heavy and it's just not fun to play.
Maybe they wanted to replicate the Mario 64 water physics, but they hadn't figured out it doesn't work well in a speedrun game.
Because otherwise, the rest of the movement is perfectly fine. Like, there's a few things which are kind of weird, I suppose, but like, outside of the swimming, just on land and in air movement is just so much more responsive and so much better and flexible.
Yeah. Yeah. From what I've seen in speedruns and this one, I think the off-water movement is like it's not that far from the original speedrun games.
So again, even more mimics, so many 1s and 2s, and so much zigzagging on this massive path, which has like almost no decoration on it. Like, their only real decoration is the gems, and I'm collecting them.
It's like, here's some ground, just go through it.
Yeah, oh, what happened to the ladder? I thought I was on the ladder.
The ladder is just a texture on the wall. Please.
Oh, I didn't want to hit him that way.
Oh no.
Whee! Down I go. So, back up I go now. I want to be hitting that mimic at a different angle just to make sure he stays up there, but I sort of rushed it, and now I'm paying for it by running all the way back up here. I deserve this punishment.
Which punishment? Which punishment? Running a game at like 7 AM or having to go back up again?
Hopefully having to just go back up again.
What is that noise?
It's like like you have like fake gems that's when you kill they say
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just the mimics mocking.
yeah.
Ah, yeah, I see.
And that's the last Ripto wizard. We have more mimics. Still plenty of those 2-gem mimics to go. The basket ones aren't as common, and they're also a lot easier to tell just because they have a different texture. But the mimic 2s are just they are literally just copied 2 gems and just given legs. And this is where I went's too big. Oh, it's good that I came down actually because I was apparently very lazy about my gem collection. Which is to be expected in Thieves 10, especially if you're like not on that much sleep. I have to hit that mimic as well at a very specific angle just to try and keep his gem up off the floor below.
Oh.
That gem I can just fling off the edge though. And there we go, I just got his gem now. Come on, Martin.
Hey, it's Martin.
One of the only Dragonflies I really remember because he's annoying.
He almost nudged you off the edge then.
Yeah, that's why he's annoying. So yeah, you're supposed to know that this secret exists as well. Even though if you played this on like a CRT, this would just be complete black.
Ouais, you can configure lightness on CRT.
Yeah, but even then it's still extremely dark.
But on our great hardware, the OSSC, it looks great. Get the OSSC for only $200.
And that's a bit of physics which I will never be able to understand, is there's these little bits of the platforms at the end of the level there, and they can just have you stuck underneath them, and you just can't do anything about it. You can't recover from it, you can't do anything else. And there are not enough Zoes in this level to go around. There's only 2. One of them is like a fifth of the way through the level, the other is like halfway through, and that's it.
What's a Zoe?
A Zoe, well, she is the fairy that has been zapping me for most of this game and saving my progress.
Right.
So I guess you're not talking about the Renault Zoe?
No?
No.
In some ways it's lucky though, because I can always pick up stragglers.
Music's good.
Yeah. Again, it's still quite chill and just, it's in the background. Thief.
Oh no.
So, yeah, this thief can be annoying and just turn around into here. It's all fine. We'll get the Dragonfly now. That's totally how his neck is supposed to work.
Hey, it's Mickey.
Spyro is the exorcist. And again, more 2 gems will just push off the edge. And dropped inputs.
Rip.
This level is not going well at all, and I don't know, maybe it's deserved. I don't really know. It's Thieves' Den's just annoying sometimes. Like, you can sometimes play it just so well, and sometimes it just doesn't work. Which is why I always recommend Nerdy Ripto instead of 100%, because in Nerdy Ripto, Thieves' Den isn't an issue really. It's more or less just you running after dragonflies. The gems don't really matter. The gems are just that bad and too spread out. And what are these whirlwinds?
What's the time difference between a Hundo and a Nordic Ripto?
Nerdy Ripto grabs the 70% which is required to grab to access the first Ripto fight. The first Ripto fight is what I did at the start of this run. It's also what's done in any percent. Meanwhile, in this category, this does 100% and it has to do the full Ripto fight. And welcome to one of the few uses for Ice Breath. Ice Breath can freeze enemies, it can also cool down burning things. And we just navigate this little weird room with massive holes which you can easily fall down if your brightness is set down. Because everything is, again, black. You cannot tell where you're going. Yeah, but with that out the way, that gets us another Dragonfly, and we got a bit of time for some donations.
Ooh, great. We've got $25 from Goldyfish saying, stay awake or don't, I don't care. Yeswally should do a $20% run next event.
Oh no.
Oh, that would be mad. That would be wild. Thank you very much for that donation.
Whether I stay awake or not is up to me.
I mean, can't you run the game while sleeping?
I don't think I can.
I don't think a lot of people can run their game while sleeping.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole Barney thing, no controller or whatever.
Yeah. Oh
Probably
yeah,
do that.
Barney.
Yeah.
When's Barney sleeping percent?
No.
Sleeping, so.
Also, I think you can run quite a sizable part of Batten Kato Sundo while sleeping.
Yeah, the evenings.
Yeah. So for those who don't know on the chat on the stream, Batten Kato's 100% basically is one of the longest run ever, with the world record currently at 344 hours ish. And what happens is that the game, for the game to be completed, there's weird things based on the time, and basically you have to let your console sit alone for like 20 hours per day and play only 4 hours.
So, yeah, as I kind of expected in this level, I've missed a gem.
Oh.
This level and missing gems is so common. It's annoying, but it's something that it's too difficult really to completely remove, just because of how many loose gems there are. It's sort of what ruins this level, because this level has sort of a nice aesthetic. It's definitely quite nicely laid out. It's just, it's got too many loose gems. Right, pointing that way. Oh, what? That's one of them.
Whoop, okay.
Yeah, it's alright. You can just sort of... as long as you can react to it. Now he's facing that way. Yeah, and like, the surprise finder isn't all that useful considering the level layout isn't all that great. Okay, please say it's in here. It's in this room, then we can finally get out. I'm gonna check on the water, even though it shouldn't be underwater. Yeah, that's fine. Got that gem. So we're going up here again. And whilst we're looking for this, might as well go through with some donations.
Alright, we have $5 from Anonymous. Thank you very, very much for that. And I would like to give a quick shout out to our returning partner, WD Black. They provide NMV NVMe SSDs. I'm very sorry for my mistake. Which give the speed that we speedrunners need. And thank you, WD Black, very much for making all these awesome speedruns happen, like this Spyro run that you're just watching right now. Thank you very, very much.
Western digital drives are always good, are very good drives. I use them since like 20, that's been like 15-20 years since I've started using them. They're very good.
Are you okay, Wall?
Oh, what?
Well, yeah.
Did the controller break?
No. Spyro doesn't understand how to get to this thief's talk now, and I can't actually do anything about that.
Uh-oh.
Did you softlock?
Yeah,
Oh.
can't pause the game or anything now. Never had this one happen.
Never had this one happen?
No,
So what's happening? He can't find through the thief?
pretty
Yeah.
much. And because of that, he's stuck in this state where you can't pause, you can't do any actions, and well, you can you can look at the inventory.
Ooh.
Can't go into the atlas.
This is a problematic.
Yeah, there's nothing I can actually do.
So, okay. So the run is dead.
Yeah, because yeah, unless somehow I escape this, we should try this. Nope, it doesn't even want to do anything like that. No, there's nothing I can actually do. but-
Okay. So I think it's been fine up until this point.
This game seems pretty balked.
Yeah, I think it not only seems but it is pretty balked. Okay.
Can't believe that this is how it has to happen though.
Unbelievable. It's not even your fault, you just talk to the thief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This way, right now you can really blame the game.
Like, it's not even a crash. It's not a crash
Yeah.
on a loading screen. It's not, the game's just not loading anything. It's just, the game doesn't know how to talk to a thief.
Yeah, it's soft lock. It's a pure soft lock. So yeah.
I can't really do anything more, so
Yeah.
that is the majority as far into the Dragonfly 100%, I suppose.
Do you have something to do to say to end maybe?
Never run this game.
Yeah, never run that. Yeah. You've done very well.
Yeah, I had a good time. It was really
Yeah.
early in the morning.
Yeah.
I just come up here, just put on a headset, enjoyed the time, collected
Yeah.
gems.
But we had some fun.
Yeah, seeing
We-
janky stuff.
You had the honor of having the one that named our little friend.
Yeah,
Yeah, got
we've
some-
made a new friend.
Yeah, Mr. Schnuffles.
He expresses the feeling right very well as
Yeah, this is the feeling that he expresses.
well.
So yeah.
He says this is it. I
No,
don't
this is
thi-
fine.
This is fine.
This is fine.
So yeah.
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 There's nothing I can do, so
We are mercy killing it.
yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we've caught up on the schedule slightly.
Let's say that we'll try to revenge on the next ESA on this game maybe.
We could try.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
Yeah,
don't break anything, Naro. Naro starting to breaking. Yeah, this is fine. It's
Yeah.
good.
Needed to find the missing gem here, and then it was just one level in the boss.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that, everybody.
I'd be sorry, dude.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Not your fault. I mean, look at all this.
Just blame the game. The game wasn't cooperative.
This is what happens when you run games like this.
And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, my body, for keeping you up just for this.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It was awesome. We had such an amazing time, all of us. Thank you so much for running this game. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that'll
Yeah.
do it then. So
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll have a little intermission. maybe with a host.
Yeah, me.
Yeah. And we'll come back with some Donkey Kong 64. Yeah.